Okay, let's see now how to connect our Copyt to the computer, to the PC, and install the software and then connect the software to the scanner. So first of all, here you have the scanner already mounted. Just remove the two black plastic caps mounted on the lenses. They are mounted in order to protect the lenses, just unmount them. And then we can see here in the middle of the scanner is the projector. Okay, here is the button where you can turn on the projector when the projector, of course, is connected to the power supply. And here you have the small dark slider used to move the focus of the projector. This is something that you can do when you change the optical setup and when you scan something, okay? And then, of course, you have two cameras mounted. They are exactly the same. So here you have the two screws used for fixing the cameras. You have to move the screws, of course, every time you need to move the camera. And then you have the lens, of course, mounted on the camera with the other two screws. The other two small screws are used for fixing the exposure of the lens and the focus of the lens. So the first one close to the camera is the exposure. The second one, not so close to the camera, is in the bottom of my image, is the focus setting of the lens. Then we will see more in detail these kind of settings during the setup phase. So to connect the scanner to the PC, of course, you have to connect both cameras and also the projector. About the cameras, you have two USB 3 cables. They are exactly the same. They have two different connectors on the two ends. The blue one is the one that goes to the PC. The other one is the one that goes to the camera. But you cannot make mistakes because they are completely different. And of course, makes no differences if you use one cable on the left camera or the other one on the right camera. They are exactly the same and cameras are the same. So just push the two connectors on the cameras and make sure you also screw the two screws of the connectors in order to fix the connectors inside the camera, the two cameras. Then you have the projector. Okay, the projector needs a power supply, so you have a power supply for the projector. It is a customized one, so you cannot find other power supply on the market able to start the projector. In case of need, please refer to us if you need a new one, but to connect it to the projector, it's very easy. You have only one possibility, so you cannot make mistakes. And then you have to connect the signal cable of the projector. This is an HDMI cable. Okay, so you have a 3 meters long cable. It's a standard HDMI cable, so you have to connect it to the projector in its HDMI port. Okay, this is this one. Okay, but again, it's very easy and very fast to be connected. So the two cameras with the two USB 3 cables and the projector with its power supply and its HDMI signal cable. We don't need to provide power to the cameras because this power is coming directly through the USB cable. And of course, talking about the projector, you need then to connect the power supply to the electricity, to the standard network. For doing that, you have an additional cable. Okay, it's a standard cable, so in case you need to change it because of the different connectors in your country, you can do that. Just make sure the end on the side of the power supply is the required one. And if you have the rotary table, to connect the rotary table, it is always very easy. You have also for the rotary table a power supply, always a dedicated power supply. So again, in case of need, please refer to us if you need a new one. Don't try to search and find a new one somewhere. Okay, and no, you cannot make mistakes because the cable has only, the connector has only one possibility to be connected. And of course, then you have a signal cable. It's a USB cable, a standard USB cable. So in case of need, you can substitute it with another one. And the one used for the printers is exactly the same. Okay, so just again, you cannot make mistakes. Just connect the USB cable to the dedicated port on the rotary table. And then, of course, you have a switch on the rotary table in order to turn it on and off. One is off, one is on, and 0 is off, of course. And of course, again, the power supply of the rotary cable needs to be connected to the electricity. Okay, the power cord is a standard one, and again, if you need to substitute it or adapt it to the connectors of your country, you can do that in an easy way. Just make sure the connector here is the required one on the power supply. So in this way, at the end, it is very easy to connect the scanner, okay, and place it on the tripod. Just make sure when you have the 4 cables connected to fix them using the tools included to the tripod. This helps when the scanner is then calibrated to be able to scan not, let's say, damaging the calibration, okay, because the cables are fixed and you cannot move also with micro movements the devices of the scanner. And what about the connection to the PC? Okay, you have at the end 3 signal cables that need 4 if you use the rotary table that needs to be connected to the PC. So you have 2 USB 3 cables coming from the cameras, 1 HDMI cable coming from the projector, and if you use the table, you have 1 additional USB 2 this time cable to be connected. About the cameras, we need USB 3 ports on the computer. We cannot connect the USB 3 cables coming from the cameras to USB 2 ports. If we do, it doesn't work. Okay, so having the same problem is not on the rotary table side, of course. Being a USB 2 cable, the one used for the rotary table, you can connect it to the USB 2 or 3 of your computer. Of course, having 3 USB cables, at least 2, because 2 are coming from the scanner, at least 2 or 3 cables, you can think to use an hub, because you don't have maybe too many ports on your computer. If you use an hub, you are allowed to use an hub, but please search for an active hub. Active means an hub with a power supply. Okay. In this situation, when you find this kind of hub, you can connect all the USB cables to the hub and then connect using only 1 port to your computer. In case you don't find the hub, just ask us and we can provide the correct one to connect directly to the PC using only 1 USB cable. Okay, so in this case, of course, you will use a USB 3 at least 3.0 port on your computer. In case you don't want to use the hub, always make sure the 2 cables coming from the cameras are connected to USB at least 3 ports, 3.0 ports, and the one coming from the rotary table is connected on a USB 2 or 3 ports. In this case, we can also connect to a USB 2.0 port. Then, in case you use the hub again, the hub has to be connected to a USB 3 at least port. 3.0, 3.1 or 3.2 port. And of course, then you have to connect also the signal cable coming from the projector, which is an HDMI cable. This cable has to go, of course, to an HDMI port on the computer. Let's say, of course, the computer is to respect, it has to be according to the specification, to the features we ask for them. Okay, so first step is this one. Then, in order to connect the HDMI cable to the HDMI port, you can find different situations depending on what kind of computer you are using. Okay, you can connect to a laptop, of course. You can also connect to a desktop computer. So you have mainly two different situations: laptop this is the first situation, and desktop, which is the second one. When you connect to a laptop, of course, you have for sure an HDMI port, because we always require a laptop with an additional NVIDIA video board. If you don't have an HDMI, you have for sure a video output. You can use an adapter to adapt the HDMI cable coming from the projector to in order to connect it to your laptop, or you can also use an adapter to adapt the HDMI signal to the USB port. Okay, so also in case you want to connect then to your laptop different screens because you want to work in a better way, so you want to add additional secondary monitors, you can always use USB to HDMI, or anyway USB to video cables adapters. And in this way you connect your HDMI cable coming from the scanner to the laptop. In case you use a desktop, of course, we always require to have on the desktop PC an additional secondary video board, always an NVIDIA, GTX or RTX, depending on the computer. But in this situation, being a desktop, you have for sure at least two video boards mounted. The one always integrated into the motherboard, and the secondary one required for running the software in a good way. So if you see the rear panel of a desktop computer, you can see different HDMI connectors. We have to avoid to connect the projector directly to the board included in the motherboard. Okay? All desktop computers have a video board integrated into the motherboard. We don't have to use it. We have to connect all our video devices, projector, and all the screens we want to connect to our desktop PC to the same secondary NVIDIA video board. It doesn't work if we connect some of them to the integrated video board and the rest to the NVIDIA video board. We have to connect everything to the NVIDIA video board. In case you don't have enough HDMI ports, because of course the video board maybe has not more than one HDMI port, the best is to connect the HDMI port, the HDMI cable coming from the projector directly to the HDMI port of the NVIDIA board, and to use adapters on the rest of the cables coming from the other screens that you want to connect to the PC. Okay, so HDMI cable coming from the scanner directly connected to the NVIDIA video board using the HDMI connector, and the rest of the screens of the desktop computer connected to the same NVIDIA video board, but using adapters or different cables in case the NVIDIA video board doesn't have enough HDMI cables. There's also the possibility to have an NVIDIA video board without HDMI ports. Okay, in this situation you have to use, of course, an adapter also on the HDMI cable coming from the projector. Let's say the problem here is that there isn't a unique standard for all the adapters. Sometimes we found adapters not converting in a correct way the HDMI signal coming from the projector, but anyway, if it happens, just find another adapter coming from another supplier, and you can connect again the projector to the video board, to the NVIDIA video board installed on your computer. In this way, the scanner is completely connected, correctly connected to the PC, in case if it is a laptop. Okay, and when the scanner is connected, of course, you can turn on the projector. using the button on the projector. Okay, you understand it's on because it projects light then. And the first point that you have to check before installing the software is that the projector is correctly recognized by Windows. So if you go under the device, the screen managers provided by Windows, of course, you can see then all your screens listed. Here is my main screen, which is my laptop. Here I have a secondary screen already connected, which is an additional screen. And here I have my projector used for the scanner. Under Windows, the projector is used as a secondary screen. So it has to be set as a secondary monitor. So this is not my main monitor. My main screen is the one of my laptop. So it has to always be set not as a primary screen. And I always have to extend my desktop on the projector. Okay, first time you connect, it can be that it is duplicated. So the setting is not the correct one, but just switch to the extension of the desktop on the screen, on the projector used for the scanner. And then about the resolution, the one suggested is the correct one. Okay, so 1280 multiplied by 800 pixel is the correct one to be used. So the settings that you have to do about the projector is the resolution. It always appears as the recommended one, okay, but it's always 1280 by 800. And then the other one that you have to make sure it is done. The projector has to be a secondary monitor, so not the main screen, and you need to activate the extension of your desktop on this screen. Usually you do this first time. You don't have to do this again unless if you change the configuration of your screens, or of course you change the PC. Okay, so if I do this first time, then I can also restart or turn off my PC. The day I turn it on again with the same screens configuration, it starts with the settings done. So projector configured as a secondary screen in an extended mode with the resolution you see here. Of course, we said you can connect to different computers, laptops or desktop computers. When you are in a desktop computer, you have for sure different video boards mounted. The one integrated inside the motherboard and the one the NVIDIA will require. So it is not enough to check the projector here under the Windows screen managers, because here Windows is listing, is showing all the screens connected to all the video boards we have on our computer. So, and we don't know, of course, which one is connected to which board. And we said that for running the scanner in a good way, we have to avoid to connect screens or projector to the video board integrated into the motherboard. We have to connect everything to the NVIDIA additional board. How to check it? Just click with the right button of the mouse on your desktop and open the NVIDIA control panel. And when it appears, we have to see listed there all our screens. Here is everything. So you go to the resolution page, and here you have listed all the screens, all the devices connected to the NVIDIA board. We have to see everything connected here. So all the screens of our computer, including the projector, connected here. So this is my laptop. This is the additional video, the additional screen I'm using. And this is the projector of the scanner. Everything is listed under the NVIDIA control panel. So this means that everything is connected to the NVIDIA board. I have 3 screens, including the projector, and here I see 3 devices. In this way, I'm in a good shape to run the scanner. Okay? Of course, one step back, the computer has to be according to the features that we ask for. And of course, make sure Windows is updated. And make sure the NVIDIA video board is also using the latest drivers available. Sometimes when you update Windows, it doesn't find in an automatic way the video board drivers. Make sure they are the latest drivers available, just opening Chrome or any window or any Internet Explorer, connect to the NVIDIA website, which is nvidia.com, enter the driver page, okay? And then it's easy, just configure, select the video board that you are using. If you don't know exactly which video board you are having on your PC, because drivers are different, of course, depending on the video board, just open the window device manager. So right button of the mouse on my PC link, and then manage devices. So device manager, and then I go here under my device manager, and I select my video adapter. So here I'm having an RTX 4060, okay, laptop version, of course, mobile version, of course. So here, if I want, and I have to do that, if I want to update drivers of my video board, I have to go to the NVIDIA NVIDIA website, enter the drivers download page, and set this kind of video board. And then I will have the link to download the correct drivers, and then I will install them. So before installing the software, make sure before installing our software, make sure that Windows is updated to the latest version, and also the additional NVIDIA video board is running using the latest driver. So when the projector is correctly set, we can start installing the scanning software. The cameras need for sure drivers. The drivers are included inside the installer we provide with the scanning software. And of course, you don't need to turn the cameras on because the power is coming from the USB cable. Just make sure, in case you use an hub, that you are using an active hub, so an hub with the power supply. With the scanner, we also include a flash memory, a USB memory. So if you insert it in your computer, in a USB port of your computer, this memory is appearing, of course, with the same serial number of the scanner. And this memory is always including important files. So first one, it is the software license. It's hidden, you cannot see it. Unfortunately, if you format the dangle, you cancel the license, so don't do that. It's a standard flash memory, but it appears with the serial number of the scanner. So don't forget it's about the scanner, and don't use it as a standard flash memory, and don't format this memory. Anyway, the scanning software is always starting with a 30 days long trial license, which is a full license. So you have all the time to convert this license in a time unlimited license, or if you have problems with the dangle, you have the time to call us and ask for a new license. But please don't format this dangle. Inside this dangle, you have the license, but then you have also the installer of the software used to be to run the scanner, and also the configuration file related to this scanner. In case you use the table, the rotary table, being an accessory, everything is inside a memory inside the the table, and you don't have to load nothing and to install nothing. The time you connect the table and you turn it on, the software is able to recognize it and download everything is needed for running the table in an automatic way. So the first step is to double click on the software installer you have on your flash memory and install the scanning software. So double click on it. The installation is very, very easy. It requires only a few steps. So yes, the first step is to choose the installer language. Let's say English, and we go. And then here is the page where we start the installation. So we leave everything clicked. We need to install everything. So we go next. We also create the software link, the software shortcut on our desktop, and then we go. Sometimes it happens during the installation that the installer is needing some Windows drivers not present on the computer, not already installed. So it downloads them in an automatic way, and then in the middle of the installation, it asks for a reboot of your computer. Just reboot, and when it comes back, then restart again the installer from zero and install again everything, this time being the files already, the required Windows file already installed. It will not ask for a reboot in the middle of the installation. If the required files are already installed, it goes straight to the end. Here we're installing the camera drivers. Okay, and here the software is installed. So now also the camera drivers are installed. Okay. To be sure that we are running the cameras in a correct way, there is a freeware software called USB 3 View. Okay, if you download it from internet and then you open it, you can see everything about. And so when the scanner is correctly connected, I have to see both my two cameras, okay, with the name Puzzler. If the name comes different, means that for some reasons the drivers are not correctly installed, or the cameras are not correctly connected. Sometimes it also happens that you have to make sure about the USB drivers installed on your BIOS, but this is something we cannot do by a remote connection. This is something that you have to do alone or with the help of who provided you the computer. Okay, but if the cameras are correctly installed, then when I click on a camera here, I have to read as a USB version at least 3.0. We always use this tool because it happens in a lot of situations that you see the port on your computer and then you think it is USB 3, but then it isn't. So even if you see the blue color of the port, or you read the SS, which is super speed on the panel of the computer, please check this port, because sometimes even if they are blue, even if you read SS, they are not then USB 3 ports. Again, it can depend on the BIOS drivers installed. It can depend on different stuff, but sometimes they are not USB 3. This software for each device you have connected is able to tell you exactly what kind of USB ports you are using. So here it doesn't depend on the color, on the SS, it doesn't depend on everything. This camera is connected to a USB 3.2, and this other camera is connected to the other USB 3.2 port. So we are doing well with the cameras. And again, here the cameras are listed with exactly the name required, Basler, and then there's the specific name for the camera, but it starts with Basler. If it doesn't start with Basler, then it's a problem about the USB connection. And if you have also the table, the rotary table connected, you have to see under a USB 2 port, you have to see the rotary table controller, which is named HS and or Dynema. For this rotary table, we use a standard serial protocol, so you don't have to install nothing. Everything comes with Windows, so just see that it is present under the different devices. The main point is to check the cameras. When we are done with this check, so the cameras are listed as USB 3, at least 3.0 devices, then means that the scanner is already connected in a good way. Also, the projector is running with the correct configuration, so we can start the software we have installed a few minutes. So here we have our Vertex Pro link, just start it, double click on it or execute it as an administrator. And here we have our software interface. First time, of course, we open it. It appears with a 30 days long trial license, and you have the two icons about the new job and the old job loading not enabled. And on the left lower corner, a message asking you to register the license. For registering the license, you have to go under the options. So click, let me come back, click on the options button, which is always enabled. Go under the edit options, and here you have the license manager. So here you can also set other different options, like for example, the interface language, the folder where you want to save the project, if you want to autosave, the interface scale factor, or you can open the license manager, and here you have all is needed for activating the final time unlimited license. And now it is already activated, but when it isn't, it asks for a few information about you as a company. It asks for an email address, and then there's the automatic license registration available. When all the fields are filled, you can start it. In case it doesn't work for any reason, you just copy the reg ID. You can copy this reg ID using the button, and then you send it to us by an email, and we answer back with a code, with the license code that has to be copied here in the field license code, and then you click on apply license code, and your software is unlocked time unlimited. But usually you can use the automatic registration button. And of course, first time you connect the scanner to a computer, you have to download the configuration file for that scanner. Okay, so the file needed for the software to connect to the hardware. So now the hardware is connected to the PC. We also have our flash memory connected to the computer, the one that is coming with the scanner, and with inside the configuration file, this .opt-conf is the configuration file. Okay, you can go here, load scanner configuration, you load from file, and then you go to the flash memory and you load this file. So when I click on the OK button, the software, according to that file, is trying to connect to the scanner, and it is giving me errors in case everything is not working well. For example, here I have a monitor error. Okay, it says that the monitor means the projector, is not connected or it is running with the wrong resolution. So let's check and see what is happening. So if I click on my Windows screen managers, I see that I have here only 2 screens instead of 3. And the projector is missing because the other screens are my laptop and my additional screen, but the projector is missing. Why? Because the projector has a timeout, so if I don't use it for a long time, it turns off in an automatic way. So when I turn it on through the button again, then you see here that my screen is appearing, okay? So my projector is now available, and if I come back to my software, where I saw the error, now the error is gone. And instead of the error, I have my live session on, okay? And my scanner is connected. So if I move the light slider, the exposure, the gain, I can now see that I'm able to talk to the scanner, to the hardware part of the scanner in a good way. And since I have also my rotary table connected, the software is downloading, is connecting in an automatic way, and I have the tools, for example, for calibrating the table on here in my service menu. In case, of course, I turn off the rotary table, then this button is turning off because the table is not available, so I cannot calibrate it. So you see now, table is off and calibration table button is off too. So this table is coming with an automatic way to be recognized by the scanner, by the software, and so to be used when it is connected and on, or to be not used when it's off. And that's it about the scanner connection to the PC and the software installation. Of course, if it happens for some reasons that then for example, next time, I don't know, someone changed the projector resolution, okay, to a wrong resolution. And then we go to the software. When we try to connect it, we see that the monitor, the screen, the projector is not connected or with the wrong resolution. But in case we come back with the correct setting, then the scanner, sorry, let me confirm, and then the scanner is connecting, the software is connecting the scanner in a correct way. Same happens if for some reasons I connect the USB cables to a not USB 3 port, then here it will show me the message, the error that the sorry about the resolution. Okay, now it's confirmed, and so now the scanner is turning on. Okay, I have the same kind of situation, so scanner not connected when the USB cable is not connected to a USB 3 port. So if I go here, now it says that the left and the right camera are not found or not connected to a USB 3 port, okay? Then when I connect to the correct port, the software is always searching for the scanner, and when it finds it connected in a good way, then it gives the live